You got it. Okay, Michelle Sylvester with Universal Generic. So guys, how would you describe this movie? Is it a comedy? Is it a horror? Is it both?
It's both. This film, and I'll say it, I've been saying it and I'll keep saying it, this film will make you laugh shitless and will scare you shitless. And I think we all want both right now. So great, we deliver both.
Couldn't agree more.
Yeah, it's an all-around good time. You'll be scared and you'll be excited and you'll be laughing. It's so much fun.
How does this movie take the body swap concept and kind of turn it on its head a bit?
Well, in addition to being a horror film, right? So you have like the gore and the guts and like the shock factor. I think also in like a really heartfelt way, this film, and this speaks to, Chris Landon and Michael Kennedy's writing, like it talks about identity. It's a young 17-year-old girl who's figuring herself out, has a good amount of self-doubt at the top of the film, and through this crazy literally out of body experience, she's able to find some strength. And I think that, her friends have a real humanity. Me and Celeste's character have a real humanity, and you get to see the three of these kids bond and find real identity and strength, even through crazy, crazy circumstances. I think that's really fun that a wacky film delivers that human message.
Absolutely. And I think it's really, really important and beautiful to see a Black character and a queer character driving the story forward, driving the plot forward. And so I think that is something this movie subverts a lot of stereotypes and a lot of tropes from the horror genre, and I think that's a really important one to subvert.
And it's also hilarious to see Vince Vaughn act like a 17-year-old girl.
Yes.
Correct.
How would you describe the kills in this movie?
They don't apologize for being gory, and for they're surprising. I think that's another thing that just like blows my mind about Chris. Even reading the script, I'm like, oh cool, she dies that way? Like, what? Right. Who thinks of this? Chris does.
Right, they're creative. The kills are creative, to say the least, and I think that's another reason why this movie is so exciting and different and new, is because you have the horror done in this way that is really different. I had never seen kills like this before, and so that was definitely added to the shock and the excitement of the movie.
To me, the two of you probably have one of the funniest scenes of the movie when, Vince as Millie is trying to convince you that it's Millie, right, in the butcher's body. Talk about making that scene, because I was on set that day crying. It was so funny.
Vince and Kathryn made such a point of researching each other and figuring out what mannerisms to do. And Vince is also a high-level improviser, so he was always surprising us. So a lot of it was just staying on our toes. And when Vince would do shit that would like really scare us, surprise us, make us laugh, we could do nothing but be on the roller coaster with him. And he was doing it all in character as a 17-year-old girl in a 6-foot-something scary big body. And I'm just like,
Exactly. It was so fun to improvise and kind of play around in this way. I mean, it was choreographed, and we worked hard on that. And it was difficult. We got our work out in for sure. Right. But it was also fun to play around kind of within that. And I've seen some like footage of us like creating the handshake between us three. That was like just something that like we thought of on set. And so things like that were just made it even more fun.
Last question. Given the world that we live in right now, what makes this movie the perfect escape?
I mean, look, again, you're going to be scared out of your mind. You're going to laugh silly. And sure, we get to some heartfelt moments with, the friendship and the queer character and a Black character being so central. And also, it's going to be a complete escape. It's a world that you can't even imagine happening. Like literally a 17-year-old girl swapping with a huge serial killer body. I think it's an amazing way to kind of rattle your cage. I don't know if that's a phrase, but like, it'll really shake you up in a good, funny, enjoyable way. And it's a great movie to watch with friends. Obviously safely with COVID. Get tested, please.
Yeah, it's such a great time. I think people right now, what I want from movies and from the theaters is just to go and be able to like get excited and laugh with the people that I'm there with and have a good time. And so I think that's something that I really need right now, and I think a lot of other people really need to just like sit back and have a good time. So I think this movie does exactly that.
Perfect. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you.
Bye.